Hey all, good morning world. This is a share. One thing we can recommend and suggest to you is use the words and writings I'm reaching out and or I'm sharing. Another word for what we're doing is releasing this legal writ. It's a right legal action writing. It's a right writing against all these criminals, and I don't want to do it, but it's got to be put out today for the courts and the county, state, and city. One thing that I can tell you that I didn't want to is Dallas County has 31 towns, cities around it. Like, there's criminals in Richardson, and there's police that are criminals, and there's criminals in Duncanville, and there's criminals in Allen, McKinney, Plano, and on and on. Anyway, the issue that I've been going through for years that has to be acted on is honestly against the lawyers, right? And you're looking at the number one, Nicholas Louis Vincent, is a liar and a criminal. Went to college in Mississippi, and we want to take more time and put the background out, because that's can be part of a brief and part of a writing for law and people and judges and all the people, right? So what's one issue wrong as far as going forward with the brief? You can start a brief how you want to, the way you feel is right, your case number and your complaint. And what's right from what I've been doing is going to the facts right away, right? And the bad guys are here in Dallas. The criminals actually are lawyers and judges, and I don't want to name them all, but I didn't want to do this, but it's for one person out there, right? Okay, so this is my thumb, right? So I'm being over honest, and I'm telling you a lot of information that you and other people may pay dozens of dollars, hundreds of dollars, and thousands of dollars and more to be able to go to court after you've been wronged. And that's the reason why I'm talking so much, was this lawyer is so satanic, right? He's such a criminal against a victim. Okay, now I'm gonna cover as much as I can from the now going back. The crimes he committed against me is that he's defending a drunk, okay? And I don't want to go back right away, but I will, okay? I'm going to push pause. Right in front of you, what you're witnessing is what we're working on, right? And the number one video that is against this criminal that can hopefully send him and the lawyer to prison the rest of their life is Wreck Not Our Fault at YouTube. Right now, unfortunately, I had, because of the city roads and negligence, I had a wreck that wasn't as bad. But look, this is the facts and evidence, okay? And this is Carlos Jimenez Gonzalez right after he hit me and wrecked my vehicle, right? So this is a number one factor, and it's number one evidence, right? And it should have went in front of a jury, but the lawyer committed criminal actions to do whatever he could to keep me out of the courtroom on September 21st, okay? So that's why I'm exposing him, and I gotta expose the judge, okay? Because these really are criminals that have to be exposed all the way out in the system. Had they not committed crimes against me and further violated my rights, and that's it. When someone violates your rights and stops you from going forward, they're obstructing justice, and that's a crime, right? Now, this is completely getting me over upset in this case, because the issue is this. Number one, this is a fact. This really happened, okay? And you can keep your cool and be level-headed, because I'm sure there's one person out there that said, I wish I wouldn't have gone to court. Some maybe say, I wish I never would have quit going to court against the criminal. That's my case. Right after the wreck, I caught this Dallas criminal drunk, right? I caught him in the act. So that's what you're watching, that white van. Now you'll see the drunk Mexican driver, okay? Now a lawyer's trying to say this didn't happen. There he is. He's actually trying to run and flee the scene. The wreck was so bad, ladies and gentlemen. I was clean and sober. I went I-30 the way that I wanted to go towards the Dallas VA, okay? Right here, I don't want to take this much time, but I have to, okay? Because when you tell the truth all the way through, you're going to be free, okay? Unfortunately, I was clean and sober and was going to the Dallas VA my way, the way that's peaceful, away from traffic. I went I-30 to Fort Worth and made a left on Hampton, south on Hampton Avenue. That's when the problem started. You can see the front of his van, how bad it was. He failed to use turn signals. He was texting, drinking, and driving, okay? So these are facts that they wanted to keep out of court. That is a beer bottle he threw in the front. If you rewind, you'll see, you can't see how bad it is because it was that bad. He wrecked, crashed, negligently, violating and breaking Texas laws, more than one law, and knocked my vehicle more than 2 lanes into oncoming traffic. Okay, I can show you the rest, but it's not the right time, right? So the number one problem with exposing all the lawyers and all the criminals with just that one case is it's taken me way too much time, losing way too much money and wages and property, and damages to my body is the worst. Number one, I can barely move, right? Still, because of the wreck. So I had to put this in there for the judges and all the people, because what they did wrong was this lawyer lied, and there was a judge. These people are going to have to forgive me, but they are criminals, right? And I have to cover that because I'm right. A criminal action is when you're not compliant and you're not following rules and regulations. A criminal action is when you don't follow a regulation, right? Even Jennifer Jacobs, a CSR, violated all my rights and yours, Texas court. She's a CSR court shorthand reporter with a expired license with May 31, 23, right? So this is where I'm upset. I have to push all this forward because they're wrong. Not only is Vincent, the lawyer, wrong, Emily Tobolowsky, judge, was wrong, the CSR was wrong, and Carolyn Dupree Brown was wrong, because these people never sent a letter saying there was a hearing that day, September 27th. And it's very hard to me to give you like a table of contents and subjects and exactly what we're covering, because the number one criminal now is the lawyer and the drunk, but it also has to go against the judge, where I had to pay an appeal, which is ridiculous. And where they're completely wrong is saying that I wasn't in the hearing and I have no evidence. You just saw it. So not many people would be this humble, nor would they be this nice and honest and say, look, these people are going to have to forgive me, but we really want them all sent to prison, and that's even the CSR, because they're wasting my time and money. Now, the lawyers here this is something I have to say, because one other person may do it. I call them complete terrorists and complete foreigners. MAS law firm, don't ever go there. And I haven't put Ryan Ladd Thompson in the letter yet. That's a part of the appeal. It's called the brief. So you can file and pay, and I don't want to say waste all your money to file an informal or a formal brief, right? Which I'm saving you probably $5,000 by turning off this HVAC, or if you want to call it a AC heating unit, right? And trying to get it to reach out and share to one person to help them, right? And it's wrong, because my body is destroyed the rest of my life. And I had read it in order. It's the right side 1 day, 1 second, 1 minute, 1 hour, 1 day, and another day, another hour, second, and minute. The back and neck, the brain, and my eyesight was honestly destroyed and lost permanent damage, and I have surgery April 15th. Now, stronger evidence is, you don't want to get upset when you're going forward with your process against criminals, because that's what the devil wants you to do, right? And criminals. And I'm exposing that's one judge is wrong. And there was a time I went to the court and they said, I don't think you're supposed to be here. And that's actually a crime. Like, I have freedom to know what you're doing wrong against me, right? And the letters that were mailed was a part of their committing another crime against me, where they're not going to let me know what they're doing. So it's very strong right now. Ryan Ladd Thompson, don't ever go there. That's someone I want to send in prison. And it's right for me to send everybody with and they're from Ryan Ladd Thompson, Ryan the Lion Thompson Law Firm, and Edwin, right? So that has to be added on there. You know, those are my, there's no better word for me to say than actions against criminals. That's the list, right? And right now I have to put this out because it's just a fact, and proving and adding to that against Thompson Ryan Law is also the fact that I just called more TV stations, and I'm working on that. So we'll go to 11:37, try to reach out and go forward to one more right person, and maybe pray, like, subscribe, share, and continue to do your Lord and Savior's work and your higher power and God's work.